Hi, I'm Allie with PotomacBeads.
Hi, I'm Anna.
And we are going to be unboxing for you the Best Bead Box July. So if you haven't checked out the bead box, here is your chance to see what comes inside, as well as, if you have it, some great ideas and examples from Anna as well as myself to use all the awesome contents that you'll get. For July's box, Anna, what are we receiving?
So we are celebrating Old World Charm in this box. So Old World Charm would be, think about like the old streets in Europe and Russia, all like the geometric buildings, the bright colors. I think of like the onion domes of like Russia, like on all the cathedrals there, very bright, like a lot of like folk art.
So we get to travel again this month.
Yeah.
So we're going from our safari now to our European adventure circa like 1500. Sure.
Probably not, but
1800. Yeah, we'll try to go around there. So we are going with the Old World Charm, and this is the best bead box contents. So it says, stroll down the narrow streets of the old world past the onion domes on St. Peter's Church. So you can see the fun ideas that they get to have when creating the box and thinking and pulling all these themes together.
Put ourselves in a place. And like, what kind of colors would you see? What kind of designs would you see and textures? So that's.
I think you need to start putting in a purchase order for trips to wherever you theme the box. I'll go with you. So if you want to go somewhere to theme the box and get inspiration,
the boxes would be a lot better.
We can put that in as
that, yeah.
Right now we can't travel, but maybe in the future we can travel to all these cool places. Safari is on our back list, so we'll do our safari as a back.
Everybody would have a little bit of a pelt in their box
to go along with it. So for the Old World Charm box, we have, you always get the box, and then in addition to that, you're going to get, if you're new, a little welcome card, and then the contents of the box here are listed beyond the words here and show that what is in the box.
Yeah, so the pattern for this month, if you're getting the best box, is the bonnet bracelet. And you can see here we have some different colors of the bonnet bracelet. All in sort of like that folk art, like bright contrasting colors. It's not necessarily like complementary or like the primary colors, but you've got a lot of bright colors, because when you think about like the traditional dress of certain countries, it's a lot of reds and navy blues and some grass greens. So we tried to like use those colors.
So it's really kind of native pigments. Pigments that were kind of traditional to when fabrics first started getting dyed and when they had it to it. So the bonnet bracelet leads you to that. And I like how it's called the bonnet bracelet too, because it's in some of these old world areas, they would have worn bonnets.
Yeah, so red was a big thing. A lot of countries have red. It's on a lot of flags. And yeah, like you said, a lot of like the pigments were very natural dyes. So things that they had, it was like bug dyes, different flowers, but you know, I digress. So,
so in your bonnet bracelet, you are getting, it's based upon silky beads, right?
Right, so the silky beads, and then we have some quarter-tillas and some 15-0 seed beads and some 11-0s. Put these all together and you get a very nice little color combination there. And then I also have a brown version of this, which is really kind of like a rusty brown. So this is a little bit more muted, but you've got cobalt colors in there, and some nice greens, and
This reminds me of like a terracotta pot and then taking that painting on the outside of it. And with these beads too, it might be a really great first introduction. Most people will know tila beads, but people may not know that tilas also come in half tilas as well as these quarter tila beads. So it's a fun introduction, and you have way more than you're going to need. So check out some of the other videos with some of the better beader videos that have what beads you can use in place of other ones, and you can also try out the pattern with different shapes also.
Yep, and we give you a class there too, so all you need is that needle and thread and you're ready to go.
Good to go. Very cool. So that's the bonnet bracelet. And then how about the beads for your stash?
So then what we're going to include this month for the beads for your stash is you're going to get a cabochon that I picked a cabochon that really embodies that whole like folk art, native art sort of.
Yeah.
So you're going to have this cabochon, and I have a different one over here. There's a couple different ones that I'm going to include.
And what size is this cabochon?
It's a 30 millimeter.
30 millimeter, okay.
Yeah. And this one reminds me of like Russia, but European. I know in like Norway and Sweden.
That's what I was going to say. This reminds me of Norway or Sweden.
Yeah, if you see like the old paintings on the sides of those chests that they would make, like that swirly paint marks.
It's interesting that we both look at these and see like different countries, because same deal. Like the red automatically, I think like colder Slovakian areas. This one, I think, with the blues and the calm, I get more of that like Sweden and Norway look to it. So yeah, it totally does. Yeah, really, really inspire that old world charm setting.
Yes. So these are very traditional prints.
And going from there. Yeah. So in addition to the cabochon, you also get a setting, right, for that, if you choose to. If you choose to use it.
So we're going to include a setting. So if you want to just plop that guy in there, put a necklace, string a little necklace for him, and instantly you have a nice piece of jewelry.
A cool piece of jewelry. So this is like never failed. Just grab some E6000, some Loctite, even super glue. And if you want to, you can paint the back with some of the Permalac, but you can also the glue will work to lock it in there, lock it in. And I actually really love the blue with that dark brown. Are they all going to be dark brown then?
Yes, they're all dark brown. Yeah, and I love the red.
Oh, they all look nice with that. They all have kind of that brown tone.
Rich.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a richness to a lot of the colors in this box.
Very cool. So that's going to be your glass cab. And do you want to show right now, Anna, what you did with your
I can.
I mean, we can keep it till the end.
Let's keep it to the end a little bit because
surprises at the end. So right now we have our wood cabochon that we got, as well as our glass clad, and then we have 10 grams of melon beads.
Yeah, so you get some check melon beads that are also in like those brighter colors. There was a lot of yellows and blues that they would use to decorate.
Hence your necklace that you're wearing.
My necklace. I will take this off and show. So this is, of course, going off of this theme of the bright colors, things that you could use to dye, the traditional dyes that you could get. So these yellow beads go really well with some of the other items that are in the box.
I even like just taking this cabochon right away, sticking it in that wood, and then having that be the chain because it pulls in those bright greens and those bright yellows for a nice
That's what I was going to do, but I had my mom make this. So this is actually a necklace my mom made.
Nice.
So
got to stealing your mom's jewelry with every unpacking in life.
Yeah, so I need to make sure that I return this to her.
So bringing it in a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit more detail now that we've kind of unpacked the little project. And once again, I really do love how those colors really kind of pop. And even if you were to replace it with a red cab, those colors also pop on that too. All these old world colors go together. So what do we have next in the box, Anna?
And I will show you because I'm pulling out these Rizzos here. Cool. So these Rizzos, again, like in a more traditional like color. And I made this with them, so I think we can show this.
We can show this. So you're doing
So I have the melons, and I added some Rizzos in between. And upcoming here, we'll just go ahead and kind of go out of order here. But you're going to get some rhombus beads too.
So the rhombus would also work with the bonnet bracelet too, that you could do a little switch up of the pattern. And I like that you use the materials that are at the end of the necklace. So if you're not crazy about the bonnet bracelet, use the clasp and the closure.
Bonnet bracelet is going to be bead weaving. But if you're more of a basic stringer, if you like to string using the that twisted beading cable, just switch out your products. I used the rhombus beads in this really pretty deep like burgundy oxblood color.
Just a little pop at the end.
Yeah, and I just use that and then 2-strand alternating my melon beads with some Rizzos, and it makes a really nice little multi-strand bracelet.
The other idea is, I know in one of the previous boxes you did give a whole thing of the memory wire. So if you have some memory wire left too, you can string a bunch of these on to add to that coloring of the design. I really like this, so I'll just wear this. I'll just wear this and take it over from you. It goes nice, that blue. It goes nice with my eyes and my complexion. All right, moving on.
I think I went out of...
vintage check glass shapes.
Yeah, so we have some vintage check glass shakes.
I must be
shakes. I must be thirsty.
Thirsty and hungry.
And these are fun because they're just, again, like you could use them for earrings. You could use them at the end of a bracelet, in the middle of a bracelet. But just something fun in that shape. Just kind of reminds me of something old school.
Yeah, and you had put yours on the ends of your necklace that we already showed.
Yeah, the ends of my necklace. They're on either ends of that.
Yeah, they're good. They're good, kind of like focus, bring your focus to the statement.
Yeah.
And again, once again, even though they're not the same exact colors, this is why I like the box, because these are throwing together all kinds of things that look together, really, really nice, go well, and you might not naturally think, oh, let me grab all of these things and put them together. And then as you start building your projects and putting them together, it all really starts to flow in, grabbing in all of those old world colored schemes.
Yeah, so this is by no means a monochromatic box.
Not at all.
Not at all, because, you know, if we're going old school, if we're going like old world charm, they mixed those colors. They were very bright. They had lots of different patterns. So we want to put things out here that you can have that same fun with. Then we have some iris duos in this pretty color. So this blue actually looks really nice with,
yeah, it does.
Actually, this combination here is really nice.
And with these too, the iris duos, the rhombus beads, and also the beads that you're getting for your bonnet bracelet, there's a lot of, there's an odds and ends bracelet that Kimmery designed using just 2-hole beads, stringing really, really simply. And all of these different 2-hole beads together in the color mix and the color match really look very cool when it comes to just stringing them. I like the idea of using the Rizzos. I love your bracelet example here, and I think if you use the Rizzos coming in and out and creating kind of that nice, just simple wrap or multi-strand bracelet where you have the two going together.
Yeah.
Good colors, Anna.
Thank you.
Wow.
And then where are we here?
We're skipping around.
We did the rhombus beads.
Our 4 crescents.
Crescent beads. Yeah. So you get these crescents, and these are really pretty cobalt blue. Again, a very like traditional color.
Yeah.
You see that a lot in pottery.
Yeah. I like that it's
old glass.
that a lot of these are some of like the quarter tielas that you're getting, the crescent beads, the rhombus beads, even the Rizzo beads. These are beads that you may not be familiar with by the manufacturers. So you have your Checkmate beads, you have your Miyuki beads. They're kind of lesser known beads by those manufacturers, and I like that this is an introduction to them without being totally overwhelmed.
Right.
You can sample it out, you can get them, you can try them, and you have enough beads to complete a project. You can string these together for the...
you can make these just into little balls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And then you can alternate a ball made out of crescents with some of your melons, or...
putting those in, putting the rhombus beads in too.
Yeah, or and put these in between.
The Slice of Heaven is the pattern that I'm thinking of, where if you use these in between with some seed beads, you'll have seed beads left from your bonnet bracelet. Create your own beaded bead with those. They're really, really simple to make those beaded beads with the crescent, and I really love the cobalt color.
Yeah.
So moving on, we have a snake head. Snake heads, what? Don't let it bite me, Anna. Don't let that snake head bite me.
Okay, so these... So we do know snakes are a traditional symbol, right? In a lot of
different cultures,
right? So your snake, okay, it's a very short snake.
He's a short snake because it's just his head and his tail.
He's not supposed to be that short. You're supposed to fill him with something.
Correct.
So I had a number of ideas, but
so you could do kumihimo in here.
Do kumihimo with your Rizzos and put that in there. I was thinking of making
you could just simple
string with like, you know, because this kind of has the texture like a snake. If you have leather hanging around your house, this is what I did. And I just used it as
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's how
I have to
hide. So this is cool. So his tail wraps into his mouth like he's what is that called? Caduceus? No.
Well, that's the medical thing, but I don't think that's
what's the one? There is a name for. Everybody can comment below and let us know what the endless snake is called.
The snake eating its tail.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. So you can comment below.
Yeah,
you can also like and subscribe to us to get regular updates from us. But if you want to comment below, let us know what it is so that we have tons of comments that say, here's what this symbol is. But I love this. And it's actually kind of goes with that masculine feminine look that you may not necessarily think, I want to make jewelry for a guy or girl.
You may not be into snakes, but it's an old
I think
symbol.
It's really cool.
It's been around forever. And guys like snakes.
Yeah.
When my husband saw these,
he was like, "Oh, cool!"
Yeah, he definitely wants some of these. I don't know what he'll do with them, but
and if
I thought it was such a cool.
If you are stringing too, and you want to do basic stringing with these, what you can do is string your whole design. Take the wildfire, or take the bead-along stringing thread or the memory wire. Get it through the whole loop, and then go ahead and just glue that last bead into place. So hidden inside of here would be your little loop of your memory wire or the loop of your clasp. So if you're picturing this was the end of a rounded bead, you'll take the end here, glue it inside, and then you'll just see the round bead at the end. You're looking at about a 7 millimeter opening there.
Yeah, I think it's about 7 millimeters. And what I love, if you didn't do your project last month with the wax and cord, which I imagine there's only 2 of you out there, or if you stocked up and got more wax and cord because you loved it, what I would do is I would take a knot, not a bunch of wax and cord at one end, glue it and stuff it in this end.
Yep, and then you have
do the
all
same
of
kind of a thing where you can string, you can tie, you can knot, and then glue the other end in here.
Nice.
So then you've got sort of like what I've got going on here.
Instead of your safari necklace, you could do a safari bracelet.
Right,
or even I like
ends.
the idea of the safari necklace with your snake at the back. So if you've procrastinated and you didn't finish your project from last month box, that's okay. Do your snake and put him in the middle of your necklace. So when you have your necklace strung, it's actually all those fun beads around the edge, and then your snake is to the middle or even to the side of the design.
Yeah.
So cool. So if you procrastinated, you're in luck, because use your snake at the end of your safari necklace. It'll look really, really cool. And then going on, we have some pewter links and some pewter bead caps.
Yeah, so these have this sort of swirly sort of design that reminds you of
the flourish design.
The flourish design, that you see. And the cool thing about these is that they're great for stretchy bracelets because they have little holes on the side there.
Oh, so you can string through, or you can link onto the openings.
Yeah, so you can use these to do embellishment around the edges. Like a lot of times we like to do that with the bead weaving. We like to just do embellishment around the edges. Or if you're a stringer, just string them. You could put one in the center, or you could do 2 of them and just use some of your beads.
Yeah, so I like the idea, number one, taking your needle, so just to show with a needle here, you can take your needle or even your memory wire, doing a memory wire cuff where you have the 2 beads, have these at the ends, and then when you do your loops on the inside, you can actually tuck them behind here. So everyone always has a problem with their memory wire that the loops look really terrible. It's hard to work with. Stick your memory wire through the end here, pretend my needle was a memory wire, make your loop here, and then when you pull, these are the ends of your memory wire cuff.
I love that idea. I never thought to use it with memory wire, but it is a great end to memory wire. And if you have, so you have two openings here, so you can use your memory wire with some chunkier beads.
Yeah.
Let's say like you did this on the memory wire, and then it would just end.
Yeah.
And it would end there.
Right on there.
Yeah.
Because they're thicker too. The holes are further spaced out, so you could probably get 2 8-millimeter beads that would sit next to each other before they would really, really work.
I like that idea a lot.
Thanks. The other thing that you can do is looking through with my thread and needle, taking my thread and needle through it, bringing some beads up to either side here, having the thread come out, having the thread decorated with beads, and then making it just a really, really simple earring.
Yeah.
Taking 15 or 11 OC beads up, putting one of those multi-hold beads that you got right above, and then attaching it to an ear wire. So
yeah, absolutely.
I love these little odds and
it up
ends.
with crystals. Yeah.
And then we have some pewter bead caps.
Some pewter bead caps because
Why not?
They're just always handy. So these guys have little flowers on them. That's what I've got here. And another style that we have this month are these guys.
So I just realized these just have they're like a little daisy, a little bouquet.
Yeah, like a little bouquet.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you can also use those at the end of any sort of netting that you do, anything that's in the actual tubular form. You can use these on the bottom of. I always love bead caps, just taking these on, even accentuating your fun and funky check vintage beads. Take these, put them on the top for a completely different look, and then have a head pin going through even just for an ear wire.
Yeah, if you have something like that, now all of a sudden you have a melon So you've got a green little melon there.
Hanging out, that you can make a pair of earrings.
But
or even on the necklace example that you're wearing, you can put these on the ends too, and they just give a totally different look. I love bead caps because of that. Bead caps, the most I use them is on earrings. I tend to use them on top of a bead. They just make it look finished, or on the bottom of the bead. They make the earring look so much richer and fuller, so they're always a good addition to
These are great for at the end of kumihimo, like you mentioned. Yeah. Or some kind of spiral stitch that you do. You just do that at the end and then add your clasp on, and it adds a whole new look.
Same deal if you want to do that multi-strand bracelet where you're adding on the ends, but you say, oh, I just want to use my, my lobster clasp. You can make a loop with wire on the top and a loop on the bottom, so like a figure 8. Attach all of your strands to that bottom section so they go right in there, right into the cap, and then add your clasp to the end as well. So this is all the contents that you're going to get in the best box. And now what we're going to do is unpack the additional content. So this is, again, everything you just saw, this is going to be in our best box. And then after that, there's always the availability to upgrade if you get the best box to the best box XL. So we keep adding more and more subscriptions for the XL because you love them, we love them, and we definitely want the opportunity to have people have the chance to get more supplies, add to your stash, and do multiple projects as well.
Yeah, so for the XL items.
So I'm going to clear this out. So again, you get all of this, which we'll grab some of them because we'll probably use some of them more as examples we like to show. So for the XL box.
For the XL box, for the additional, you can see here.
So in addition to the beads for your stash and the bonnet, we have some more.
The lily petal ring, and that comes with a little pack of beads. And you're going to get the Night in Morocco bonus pattern. So that doesn't come with the beads, but that is your bonus pattern for this month.
Nice.
And then we're also going to have some additional beads. So I'll pull out the beads that are additional.
So after those bead caps, we always have additional ones. So let's start with that lily pattern
ring.
So
I have, so start the lily petal ring, and I'm wearing one here.
I'm going to wear one too. Which one should I wear here, Anna?
And we made these also in those beautiful old world charm colors.
I like this one. I think he's cool. It's going to be my pinky ring.
That is really pretty.
I love the colors of this one.
So you're going to get an 8mm round. He's going to be the center.
Okay.
And you're going to get some lily petals, of course, for your petals. I have some green ones here. You can see. I love that green.
This is a really cool design by Marissa, too, where everything fits. Marissa is great at making everything fit so nicely and so well together, and you don't see any thread. Love that.
And you have some dragon scales. They're going to fit in between those little lily petals. And then she uses 2 colors. You can just use one color if you want, but she uses 2 colors of 11-0s to give it a little bit more depth. So you're going to get some gold and this really pretty mint green, which is a new color.
Ooh, I like it.
I know.
What is the official color name?
I think light mint green.
Light mint green. Pretty color to add to the stock as well.
Yeah.
And going back to the contents that you've already gotten in your box, we've talked about kumihimo and doing some of that. You can also throw into, next to your Rizzos, your dragon scale beads. So if you're doing basic stringing, you say, hey, I'm not cool on this ring, or I don't really love the ring. Or, hey, look, I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I've got a whole pack. Add those dragon scales as a nice other little flourish or decoration to hang down. Anywhere that you see a drop, the Rizzos and the dragon scales look really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So you also have enough that you could do these as a pair of earrings too.
Oh, you could. Yeah.
So that's
go ahead and make 2 and make a little pair of earrings. That would be adorable.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Or make it a little bit bigger and put it
inside your
setting. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
So you can do all, and then bezel around this. Do some, stitching bezel around this. You don't need to glue that into this.
I even like the idea of taking the flower here, Marissa's flower, and doing the bezel and then sticking the flower right on the top of the bezel.
Yeah.
And using the ring portion here as you're making it a little bit shorter, using the ring portion as your actual bail.
That's fun.
So your idea is that you're doing it to sit right on top.
So many great ideas.
So many great ideas. And this is the first time that I'm seeing this box. So these are all on the fly. So if you stay tuned with us, you'll probably get more examples. We're also trying to make sure that after every box, you get more and more examples from every box. So I'm trying to do additional videos with all of the box contents after the fact that we have on there. So that's going to be our lily petal ring. And what's the ring officially called? Lily petal ring?
Lily petal ring,
Hey, what do you know? There you go.
And then we're going to throw you some additional items. I have some Bebo beads here. They're kind of I guess I would say they're sort of like this month's challenge.
This month's challenge are the Bebo beads. If you look for,
cute, but
if you use and look for patterns with a mini duo, a lot of the patterns with mini duos are going to be able to be exchanged.
Yeah, they're a slightly different shape, and I feel like they haven't had their time in the sun, so
they haven't had their day.
They haven't had their day. So it's a fun little bonus item that, hey, you could find something fun to do with that. Everyone's going to get a funky pewter tube, and you can see
there's tons of different varieties.
There's a couple different varieties, yeah, but they're all going to be really great for, if I can get my necklace off, for doing something similar to this. Now, this one is a little bit shorter. You may want to make a funky bracelet with this one, but what I like about the tubes is that you can either do stringing, basic stringing, or what I really love about a tube like this
it has a nice big opening.
It's got a nice big opening.
Yeah.
So you do a kumihimo, you do any kind of like a right angle weave, and you take it through there, and that's like your focal, your centerpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got also one on my. It's not. I'm just showing the idea of bringing two of them, shooting them out. So you can string this through. Obviously, if I didn't have that there, it could go.
You don't have
right
like
into
any line of any little tubular or anything?
Anna, I'm keeping my area clean. But I do have this tube sitting here that says, next idea, project idea, make a raw tube necklace with this cube in the center. We have a lot of these because we're doing them for the box. So there will be something to come also.
The cat post-it note.
The cat post-it note, that's along with it. So I will be doing something with the tubes. So here's another one of the tubes, I'm guessing.
Yes,
another example.
Yeah, I did leave you this note.
The little cat love note.
Yeah, because we have some different tubes. And
oh, I do have, I said I don't have something.
And I think that's a fabulous... Oh, yeah, see? Like that is perfect.
Yeah, little spiral.
Look at that. Spiral rope, make it a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
And just string that in. And that is the perfect...
It's actually the perfect thickness, too.
Yeah.
If I stretched it out, I could get it through here.
Yeah.
If I downgraded just to 11
Just a little bit.
And it's actually really good colors for it, too.
Exactly.
So you need to check out spiral rope, and then you can go in here and do that as well for the tube. Also, another idea with the tube, for the ring, which I'm so very... I'm going to walk away with this ring on. So, another idea for the ring is if you make it, again, you're putting it through the tube, you have that there. Look, it's a little enhancer to go on the bottom of your tube as well. So now you have the tube. I'm all into interchangeable right now. You have the tube on there, you have your netting in the back that you can do. And then you can pull this on and off because it's big enough to slide on and off. So if you don't want your flower on, you take the flower off, take it on, and add it to that. So look at all of these unboxings and all of this fun.
So many ideas that I never even thought about.
And I'm going to be redoing the Russian spiral video, so that's why that's here. So stay tuned.
Take this and then find a nice strong glue and glue him on there.
If you do it tight enough around too, what you could do is just sew it into the very last section of the bead. And have it be so that it's coming out to kind of the end.
Oh, yeah.
But it still will look like it's sitting in front.
It looks like a flowering branch.
It does. We're giving all kinds of ideas. We want to see your ideas too. So when you have your different... Anna's so excited she can hold it, can't contain herself.
I'm so excited to see what you guys post to the Best Bead Box Facebook group.
Yeah, so check that out because we're also going to be starting a challenge too. We still have more to talk about.
Right.
Let's talk more.
2 more things and then challenge.
Okay. 2 more things and then challenge.
So these were kind of just a fun thing that I thought would be really great to add. So I included these little hair clips because, it's summertime and everyone needs more hair clips.
Do you have a lot of these? I'm going to...
we do have extras. Yeah, no, I did not run out of these.
All right, hold on. We're going to glue some in. Guess which color I want, Anna?
There you
Hold on, I'm going to take some glue off. I did way too much glue. Don't watch me do it. How did you know? So, and then we have some little resin cabs.
Yeah, so these little resin cabs, plop them right in, and you've got a really nice beachy thing. This isn't a beachy box, but
when this comes out, I will be at the beach, and I will be wearing my hair clip to hold back my.
But these also reminded me of like when I would see women who like wore all their jewelry at once. Yeah. They would always have rings that had
those gold flecks.
Like gold flecks that would just like over the top crazy like jewels.
To me, it reminds me of the like a gold leaf painting. So I'm thinking tops of cathedrals, tops of domes.
Exactly, the gold leaf over the top, and it also ties in beautifully with what will be coming up next month when. Hint, hint, we're going to go to the beach.
We're going to go to the beach. We're not going to the beach. We're going...
No, I'm not going to the beach.
We're going swimming. Okay, so I'm also looking now, all right, what other beads do I have that I can continue with my glue that I made a mess of on the fly? And I want to glue beads along the front edge of this, too, so that way when I put it in my hair, it's not just all of this, but I can tuck this whole thing behind my hair. I'm gonna try to speed dry this as I get ready to stick it in my hair.
So here's another thing that I made, and this is kind of like a key fob sort of design. So what I have here is I took my, I took this open bezel, and then I took my iris duos, I put some glue in, and I arranged the iris duos around this cabochon, and then I wasn't really sure exactly what to do, so I was like, hey, I'll just throw some
seed beads in there and glue.
Some seed beads in there and glue it. And it didn't turn out too bad. I mean, it looks like the beads fell in there and got glued
It's fun.
in there.
I like the idea that it's just, again,
I gotta get a little Goo Gone or something and scratch this glue off so it's a little dull. But you can see how vibrant it will be.
Yeah.
And another awesome idea would be taking one of these cabochons and then using a little resin or some glue and just mixing another color in there and having that in the center. There's so many different kinds of things you can do.
So
and
you can use it with
one half of my snake head and just attach it with some wire and wrapped it.
Nice.
And I had some leather at home. So he's like a cool little key fob.
And now I have my so you can see I tucked my hair in it, so all you see is my little cab. And now I have a cute little hair jewel hanging out with my crazy summer bun hair. So,
yeah. So, I mean, fun stuff. Fun stuff this month.
Fun. And with all the different colors, like I said, one of the best things about the box when you have all of these different colors are the options to put them together, to go in and make things that necessarily you wouldn't think, like even the earrings that you were wearing.
Oh, yes,
Jenny made
we
those.
Didn't talk about these.
So wearing those and
these
just kind of come down.
Can we
green rhombus beads?
Can we go down to
We can go back down because otherwise, can we go down? Go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, so these are cute, and these are using the rhombus beads, and then all she did was made these little
with the extra gold in them.
Trundles.
No.
Yes. No.
You can also comment below and tell us what we're trying to say with the rizzles. Tendrils. Yeah, tendrils.
Tendrils, yeah.
Tentacles. I'm going to say tentacles. That's
fringe.
Fringe. You have some fringe going on there.
Yes. So it's just a really cool, like, open, airy design, and one way to use your rhombus beads without having to do the bead weaving, because I know not everybody likes the bead weaving. You want to break from it, or you have or you love bead weaving, but you have a couple beads left over. So what do I do with 2 rhombus beads?
I love how flowy these are, and these gold beads look amazing with this new.
Yeah, green. With that mint green.
Yeah, gonna have to do that. They would match with my hair thing too.
Yeah.
So I might have to steal these earrings from Jenny because they now match with my design. Oh, I even like figuring out doing a little cabochon Rivoli bezel with that. Mm-hmm. And what size are these? Do we know?
I think they're 12s.
12 millimeters. That looks about right.
I think
12 or 10s.
Yeah.
And then 12 millimeter. So you would trying to think about how many bezels you need.
Look at all
of these designs,
stuff.
All of these ideas.
And you see this all piled up. I don't know, this makes me happy. All these fun
of these fun things make me happy. Hold on, Anna, let me pile more and more and more up. We'll just pile it all up and make a mess. And then we'll throw it back into our box.
Don't you want to buy this?
We're doing a really great job of selling it. So anyway, we've had so much fun today unboxing. I have a new hair clip, so that's cool that I have in there. That legitimately I'm just not going to take out. It's going to be there for the rest of my day. It's fine now. Hair gels. The other thing to make sure that you understand is that you do get with the Best Box XL, you get an additional pattern. So that's going to be the Night in Morocco pattern. And then the materials are listed on there, but that's a bonus pattern. So this is a pattern we think you might like. You might have some of the contents. You might need to gather more, but check it out and it might give you ideas and spark inspiration. And then, like always, as it says, as I'm digging my toes into my plush Persian rug, you want to make sure to check out PotomacBeads.com/ideas. What do we find there, Anna?
A page that I have painstakingly put together
with ideas.
It lists the contents at the bottom there. If you need to find something, scroll all the way down to the and you can click on like, oh, seed beads. I need my seed beads. It'll take you to seed beads. But before that, what you're going to get is a list of some of the beads that we have patterns that I want to share with you. So for, let's say, a size 8 round, you're like, okay, well, this is great. I did my pattern and I only needed one size 8 round, but I have more.
Halo.
What else can I do?
There's a halo design.
Yeah, so we list, I list, I think, 2 or 4 project ideas for this, as well as some of the other things, some crescent beads. These don't have a pattern, so what do I do with crescent beads?
Right.
Yeah, so you get links to the patterns, and there's also, you can buy a pattern if you want, but you don't have to. I take you to the video.
So there's always those free YouTube videos. Everything that's in the box, we have YouTube videos that are going to be associated with them, that you can switch one thing out for another. So make sure to check out those Better Beater episodes. Refresh some of those older ones. I did a first series that said what beads can be used in place of others, and those are great to look at. And it's a really nice introduction, 1, to these beautiful old world colors, and 2, which kind of take you out of your comfort zone, and 2, to some of those beads that people might really not be familiar with. The quarter tilas, the crescents, going along with the dagger or with the dragon scales. So, good introduction. So, as always, Anna, remember, guys, to check this out. So, we are going to announce a little challenge that we are making. So,
very excited about this.
Yeah, so each month we are going to be featuring one artist, at least one artist from the group that gets the box. And when you sign
that is not an employee of the company.
It is not an employee of the company or Anna's mother. She is not eligible.
Although
she did a really good job.
Although Susan did an amazing job with her necklace.
I should take a box down to Susan, my Susan, and see how well my mom does with the materials as well. But we're going to start a contest that we will pick one person. What you want to do is in the regular Facebook group for beading or jewelry making, or in the Best Box Bead group on Facebook.
In the Best Bead Box group.
Yep. So make sure to become a member there. You're going to do hashtag Best Box is our little hashtag. Best Bead Box. It's on the back of your card here. Best Bead Box. Hashtag the Best Bead Box. And when you have that Best Bead Box hashtag, we're going to search through each month and pick one lucky winner that your picture, instead of our friend Erin's craft room behind us, you're going to have your bead box example streaming live on one of the videos.
Not your face.
Not your face. You can take a picture with your box if you want. We love that too. But we'll pick one design that's really a great inspiration. We'll feature them on some of our different live recordings as well as on our website and our YouTube page. So make sure to check that out. Enter, we'll send out an email with some supplies, so check your tracking information. It's going to have some details about that as well. Make sure you join that Best Bead Box group so that you can enter the contest each month, and the winner will get an additional box, which you can add on to the end of your subscription.
Yes,
or, better idea, you can give it to a friend. So you can have a friend that you want us to send it to.
Have a friend that's always like, what do we do with my time?
And, I love your beading, and you say, hey, here's your opportunity. We can sit down, look at this together, look at some of the videos, do basic stringing, do easy stringing. But the idea really is that you can keep the box for yourself, get an additional box of an older month. You can add a box to the end, or really pass one off to a friend and make somebody else's day. So, as always, Anna, awesome box. This one is up there in one of my favorite collections. Looking at everything individually, I really, really love it combined. So
yeah, I think when you put it all out there, it's like, ooh, look at all these colors.
Look at Anna. She's so happy. It's making Anna so happy because they're almost done putting the boxes together because we are pre-recording this. So Anna's happy because the boxes are almost done and put together.
I'm happy for multiple reasons.
Multiple reasons. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching our unboxing. Remember, if you do need to slow us down, you can always do so on the YouTube settings right underneath here if we talk too fast and over one another. A common complaint, we know, sorry. It just happens. But as always, if you do want to get the box, we'll also put links below the video so that way you can check out the Best Box and the Best Box XL.
We're going to have a link to the Facebook group.
We'll have a link to the Facebook group as well. So check that out so you can put that down there as well. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Anna, you and Jenny did a great job this month. Thanks for joining in. And everybody enjoy your old world charm.